What's good, everybody? The podcast is back. I've been building behind the scenes, and now it's time to talk about what's next. Not just for me, but for all of us trying to grow game and create something real. Welcome back to the OnThaSticks Podcast, where we break down games, content creation, and all the real convos behind the sticks. I'm your host, Sticks, founder of OnThaSticks, content creator, community builder, and your favorite neighborhood gamer. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the squad. And if you've been rocking with me since episode 1 or 2, I just want to say thank you. The support has been crazy and it means a lot, especially while I've been laying the foundation for what's next. So let's just keep it real. I've been low key, but that's because I've just been building, not just posting here and there, but laying the groundwork to take OnThaSticks into the direction I always envisioned it going. Right now, I'm working on a lot of different things, juggling a couple of different hats. A few of the key projects I'm working on are a weekly newsletter called The Stick Report, where I break down gaming news, creator tools, creator tips, and more. A YouTube series called My Memory Card. Some of you might remember me talking about this from a long time ago, many years ago, where we're finally getting that in motion for real now. This is where I revisit games that left a permanent mark on my journey as a gamer. Also, some of you might have noticed, we've been working towards consistent streams over on Twitch. We've also even dabbled a little bit in streaming on YouTube as well. And finally, we're working on relaunching the Patreon with exclusive content, community perks, and behind the scenes looks into the content I'm building. I know it's not about doing everything. It's more about doing the right things with intention. And everything I'm dropping is designed to help you stay informed, entertained, and inspired. So the Stick Report newsletter isn't completely ready to go out yet, but let me give y'all a sample of what you can expect once the Stick Report starts landing in your inboxes every week. Some game news you actually care about. Is Titanfall 3 finally happening? Rumors are swirling that Titanfall 3 is in development with a potential reveal at this year's Game Awards and a 2026 release date. I know a lot of people are excited about that. If it is true, I know it's been rumored or speculated that the game has been canceled 2 times before in development because it was, quote, too much like Titanfall 2, which I don't really see as a bad thing since so many people love Titanfall 2. But, as of right now, it's just a rumor. We have to wait later in the year to see if it comes true. Next up, Schedule 1, the drug dealing game that's taking over Twitch right now, is currently under investigation for IP infringement. It's being looked into over similarities to Drug Dealer Simulator, and it's legit a real IP infringement situation unfolding right now. I mean, it's only so many different things you can do in games about being a drug dealer with these Drug Dealer Simulator games. So I wonder what things are they actually looking into to see if they've taken from their IP. It really sounds like a Power World and Pokemon type situation. This is something to definitely keep an eye on with Schedule 1 being so popular right now. And I wonder if the game didn't blow up the way it did, would this be an issue? The same way would Power World be an issue if it didn't blow up the way it did? Only time will tell. And to round up the news you actually care about, the Switch 2 is finally fully revealed. Nintendo gave us a direct earlier in the week, and there were some good, there were some bad, and there's some very questionable things that have came along with this Switch 2 release. Be sure to go check out our full breakdown over on YouTube. So every week I plan to drop something helpful for our creators. This week for Tool of the Week, we got Nexus Clips. This is something I recently started trying out, and it turns your long form YouTube videos into TikTok ready clips using AI, and it's wildly helpful if you're short on time. Some clips I still do myself, but I will throw a video into Nexus Clips just to see what it thinks might be a good clip to post, because it's always good to have another set of eyes on the things you're working on. It can analyze and come up with some things you didn't think about. And my content tip for the week is batching your scripts and voiceovers on Sundays or Saturdays or any other day in the week that you have the time to do so. Really, it saves your future self hours. Trust me. For our loot of the week, we have an Epic Games freebie, Cat Quest 2. Free right now in the Epic Games Store. Lighthearted action RPG fun in a fantasy cat and dog universe. We also have some hot drops this week over on Game Pass. Be sure to check out Atomfall, as well as Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition if you haven't checked out Borderlands 3 yet. Whether you like survival or shooting and looting, you're good this week. And that is just a preview of what is to come in the Stick Report. It's quick, it's curated, and it's designed so you can spend less time scrolling and more time on the sticks. Now it is time to get into our Behind the Sticks segment. Really, Behind the Sticks is for the folks out there trying to make content and figure it out as they go, just as I am. Not the perfectly polished, oh, I made 10K a month types. I'm talking to the people just like me, trying to stay consistent while juggling life. Lately, I've been focused on building systems and showing up, even when it's not perfect. Whether that's getting back into YouTube uploads, setting a real stream schedule, or organizing everything for the Patreon relaunch. You know, it's a grind. But if you're out here grinding too, trying to build something sustainable while protecting your mental, I see you. You're not alone. And this podcast is your space too. In every episode, I'm going to do my best to keep you guys up to date with what I'm playing, watching, or reading currently. Lately, I haven't really been playing too many things other than, you know, our Borderlands playthrough over on Twitch and YouTube, getting ready for Borderlands 4 launch later this year. I want to play Atomfall. You know, it just came out, but I'm waiting to see back about getting into their creator program. So as soon as I hear back about that, I'll definitely pick that up and start getting into that. But other than that, I started playing Once Human. I'm only a few hours in, but I'm actually feeling it low key. I see a lot of potential there, and I could definitely see myself sinking a bunch of more time into it. So I would definitely keep you guys updated on that. I also finally got around to watching the Venom Last Dance movie, and I'll be real, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It wasn't amazing, but you know, sometimes you just need to turn your brain off and enjoy the ride. You know what I mean? Watching it also made me think back to during a Twitch stream that I was talking to the chat saying how we need to start doing a bad movie night or just a movie night in general in the Discord sometimes. So let me know down in the comments. Would you be into having a movie night in the Discord? I feel like it'd be a good community building activity to have. Let me know how y'all feel about it. And before we close out this week's episode, I want to show some love to the community. Y'all have been engaging heavy, especially over on the Looter Shooters Are Failing video. Shout out to Lotus143C for this comment. He took his time to drop a comment letting me know why he feel looter shooters are failing. And he said, you know what the real problems are? Enfranchised players and limited resources. Enfranchised players, after you spent thousands of hours chasing loot, learning the game inside and out, and playing with friends, you're really not trying to do that all over again with the new game, even if it's really good. And I can agree with that to an extent. You know, spent all that time playing a game. You don't want to do that all over on, let's say, played Borderlands 1, put in hella hours. I'm sure there was plenty of people not wanting to do that again in Borderlands 2. Not Borderlands 2, Destiny 2. I always got Borderlands on the brain. But I'm sure people put hella time into Destiny 1 and didn't want to do it over in Destiny 2. And they either just stayed on Destiny 1 or they attempted to try it on Destiny 2 and it just didn't click the same way. I probably fall in that category because I definitely put hella time into Destiny 1. And when Destiny 2 rolled around, I just couldn't get back into it the same way I was into Destiny 1. I do believe I had a couple of comments on TikTok saying the same thing, that they love Destiny 1 and they just couldn't do it with Destiny 2. Lotus also went to say limited resources. Even though the players become incredibly dedicated to these games, you only have so much time and money to spend on them. Each one of these games demand at least 30 hours a week to keep up and try to siphon money out of players through expansions, season passes, and microtransactions. It's simply not feasible to have a player commit multiple games. I say 2 is possible, but even that's a stretch. I can agree with that too. People only have so much time to put into games. People only have so much money to put into games. And with these live service games, they have really become like having a job. If you want to stay current, up to date, trying to do the latest things, see the latest content as soon as it drop, do the raids, get the highest gear score, whatever, it really turns into a job. So you're already working your normal job, and then you're playing your game as your next job. It's not really much time for another game to squeeze in there. So that on its own is another reason why the looter shooters are failing. Simply because people don't have enough time to give to a new game in the genre when they already have their go-to looter shooter. See, that's the kind of insight I love to see in the community. If you got takes, ideas, or just want to join the convo, jump in the comments or come through the OnThaSticks Discord. I'll be sure to leave a link in the show notes. All right, let's hit the save point here. A little tradition I'm starting here. Leave you with something to reflect on. Whether you're stuck on a boss fight or in a creative rut, just know progress is progress. Take a breath, hit that save point, keep it pushing. So that's episode 3 in the books. This episode is the reset, the rebuild, the foundation of what's coming next. Follow me at OnThaSticks on all platforms. Subscribe to the Stick Report waitlist for the newsletter. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Trust me, it's only going to get better from here. Appreciate the love as always. And until next time, stay locked, stay grinding, and stay on them sticks.